This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
All righty, and by the way, for the guy that's asking, yes, I do love Tool, and I'll be at the concert when they come down. All right, let's talk a little Canes. Well, Manny, I run into this with crypto sometimes, and I tell people don't get into crypto if you have no patience. If you don't have any patience, and you can't give it time, and it's going to grow significantly for you, but you got to give it some time. Some people want to get rich in 2 weeks. That's how it is. Well, people didn't have patience. Where's the offensive coordinator? Where's the defensive coordinator? Well, guess what? Everybody's in place now. And even after losing Robinson, a day now ends up taking over his spot, coming and stealing him from Georgia. And by the way, on Friday, what did we talk about, right? Didn't I lead you into, okay, well, then I'll steal the coach. And that's exactly what happened over the weekend.
Yeah, just continue to do a phenomenal job grabbing proven coaches, guys that have great track records. Obviously, it helps when you have a budget, right? When you can spend some money on these guys. But the Josh Gaddis hire was great. I know it was something that sort of came together relatively quickly. Essentially what happened was Gaddis was sort of hoping for Harbaugh to go to the NFL. He thought, okay, I'm in the perfect position to replace him at Michigan and become the head coach. And it didn't happen. Obviously, he came back, and so Mario reached out sort of immediately. He'd been having conversations with other candidates as well as we were sort of narrowing the field here. And Gaddis came down on Saturday, did the interview in person, agreed to the job Sunday, and that was it. It all happened really, really quickly. And for Gaddis, he's 38 years old. He's a guy who played in the ACC. He was a safety. I like these coaches, by the way, who have coached on both sides of the ball, or at least played on both sides of the ball. It's a different level of understanding.
Right.
And he basically at Alabama, groomed, worked with Jerry Jeudy, a bunch of really good receivers. And now he's going to come in here hungry because the next job for him is a head coaching job. And he's going to want to put up big numbers with this offense and be explosive and at the same time establish the run, which is what Miami couldn't do the last couple of years.
Talk to us and the Ade hiring. This is, again, this kind of shows the power of the Canes now that they're easily grabbing coaches from other Power 5 programs like nothing, dude. That's the kind of juice we didn't see before. At least that's what it seems like. You tell me.
Yeah, you have to be in the conversation with elite coaches all the time if you're gonna get them. You have to try. You can't just be like, well, that guy's out of our reach. And Ade is a guy who at Georgia came in with a sterling reputation. His defense at West Virginia secondary led the country in pass defense in 2020. So they brought him in at Georgia. And the thing is about college football, is that these coaches sometimes at programs like Georgia, like Alabama, with Nick Saban, with Kirby Smart, they can get chewed up pretty quickly. And my understanding from talking to our Georgia beat writer was they liked him. He did a great job recruiting for him, but Kirby Smart kind of works his way through different guys. Some guys maybe don't fit the bill. I think this guy became available to Miami, and they came with the right kind of money, and he was happy to leave. I think he was happy to leave Georgia, even coming off of winning a national championship, just because sometimes relationships are what they are, and sometimes coaches don't get along perfectly. And so I don't think anybody at Georgia's crying that they lost Ade because they know that they're going to get another great coach to replace him. But Miami's certainly happy to get him because this guy, he's a Florida native. He's 38 years old. He's a hungry recruiter. Got Marvin Jones Jr. to go to Georgia. He was one of the elite pass rushers down here that Miami would have loved to have had.
Yeah.
And 2 5-star cornerbacks. Jaheim Singletary is one of them, another one that Miami was after. So he recruited elite players to Georgia and got them to sign. He was the number 2 recruiter in the country this year. And I know it's crazy. You're saying, man, why wouldn't Georgia want that guy? Again, behind the scenes, relationships, etc. Mario Cristobal comes in, offers him, and he wants to come here and be a part of this. So you're playing with the big boys. You're swimming with the big boys now, and you're catching some big fish.
I love it, man. I love it. And so what's left on the staff now? Is there anything left to add?
Well, I mean, there's 2 position coaches on each side of the ball that have to be hired, right? I mean, so far, you've got the running backs coach filled. You've got the offensive line, the defensive line, obviously now the DBs. Steele will end up coaching the linebackers. So you have 2 more. It just depends on what they want to do, how they want to do it. Do they want to go out and get elite recruiters? Do they want guys that are, more?
Well, the MO has been to get more than they've ever had, right?
Right. I mean,
we don't really know when they're going to stop now is the thing.
Pretty much. And the way this thing works is, college football doesn't stop, man. The carousel never ends. There's always going to be jobs opening. And people are going to come after your coaches, so you might have to replace somebody that's already here again. You never know how that works. So I just know Mario was hoping to get everything finalized. I think he wants to go on vacation. I think he wants to kind of enjoy a little bit of time off, give his assistants a little bit of time off after that crazy 2-month span of recruiting. It's a dead period. The recruiting doesn't open up again till March 1st. So this is the time to sort of get away and be with family and stuff. This is the month. So I think the rest of the hires will be completed by the end of the week. That's what he had said. It's what he was hoping for. But if one spills over to next week or something, who knows? Maybe it spills over. I don't know. I just know that he's gotten himself 3 really good coaches in a span of a week, and everybody who was frantic and oh my God, who are they going to end up?
Right.
I kept saying all along, what did I keep saying to you? Don't worry about it, dude. They're spending money. They're going to get somebody good. Yeah. So that's what they've done, and they're all good recruiters. Like all 3 of those guys can recruit, and Mario wants the full package, and sometimes you just got to wait for it.
Yeah, no, I mean, after everything, and that's what I was going to wrap it up with. Your thoughts on this, because from everything I read, and more than I do about this, but it just seems like Mario has hit a home run in developing this coaching staff. Right. I mean, he did a great job in recruiting in a short amount of time. It seems like he's done a great job of putting together a staff in a short amount of time also.
Yeah. In reality, he's the kind of guy who focuses on multiple things at once, but in a sense, he doesn't finalize anything until he kind of gets to it. And so while he was out interviewing people, he knew, hey, this is all going to come after National Signing Day, right? This is all going to come when we're done recruiting. I don't care that we only have a few assistant coaches on staff. I'm going to be out on the road, crashing all over the country, going wherever I need to go to talk to these kids in person myself. And so that's the way he attacked it. And in the end, I'm doing a story now for The Athletic, kind of reviewing all the coordinators that Miami's had since Howard Schnellenberger arrived in 79, okay, on offense and defense. And there's been some great coaches that have come out of this program. But how many of these guys had the resumes, these guys that he just added? None of them. They didn't come in having coached major, for major Power 5 teams or coached in the playoff. They didn't have a Broyles Award winner. Miami's never hired a Broyles Award winner before. So
they've never had money before.
Right.
So it's like the first time they have a fat ass checkbook. I mean, come on.
Yeah. And so in the end, man, this guy, the first two months on the job, you go back to December 6th, today's February 8th, go back to December 6th and think, man, where was Miami when he first took over, right? Everybody was like talking nationally about, man, what a disgrace. Miami doing this search, with a coach in place, right? Everybody's about it. Now everybody's like, man, he's got some amazing coordinators, and they got the 15th class in the country. Just think about where Miami has come in this 2-month stretch. He is basically, if Mario Cristobal was in playing Major League Baseball, which nobody is, by the way, but if Mario Cristobal was playing Major League Baseball, he'd be leading the league in homers. There's no doubt.
Follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navarro. More importantly, subscribe to The Athletic and support our local writers who deserve it. And plus, The Athletic does a great job locally and nationally. So you can subscribe there. Manny, as always, I appreciate you, my brother. We will catch up later in the week, my friend.
Thanks, Big O. Take care, man.
You got it. There you go.